Welcome to AI News Today. Today is December 5th. Let's dive right in. OpenAI launched a new initiative called the 12 Days of OpenAI, where each weekday they will unveil or demonstrate new tools or updates they've developed. This is intended as a holiday gift to showcase their advancements and innovations. Let's take a look at day one. Announcements: release of 01 model user advanced reasoning. It's smarter and more efficient for both simple and complex tasks. Here is what Sam Altman said.
You can see the jump from GPT-4o to O1 preview across math, competition coding, GPQA, Diamond, and you can see that O1 is a pretty big step forward. It's also much better in a lot of other ways, but raw intelligence is something that we care about. Coding performance in particular is an area where people, and they want more compute than $20 a month can buy. So we're launching a new tier, ChatGPT Pro. And Pro has unlimited access to our models and also things like advanced voice mode. It also has a new thing called O1 Pro mode. So O1 is the smartest model in the world now, except for O1 being used in Pro mode. And for the hardest problems that people have, O1 Pro mode lets you do even a little bit better. So you can see a competition math, you can see a GPQA Diamond, and these boosts may look small, but in complex workflows where you're really pushing the limits of these models, it's pretty significant. And here you can see how the reliability of an answer from Pro mode compares to O1, and this is an even stronger delta. And again, for our Pro users, we've heard a lot about how much people want this. ChatGPT Pro is $200 a month, launches today. Over the course of these 12 days, we have some other things to add to it that we think you'll also really love, but unlimited model use and this new O1 Pro mode.
Also, the team give the demo that illustrated how the model solved a physics problem based on an image of a hand-drawn diagram showing its ability to reason effectively over ambiguous scenarios. Here is the demo.
To illustrate the multimodal input and reasoning, I created this toy problem with some hand-drawn diagrams and so on. So here it is. It's hard to see, so I already took a photo of this. And so let's look at this photo in a laptop. So once you upload the image into the ChatGPT, you can click on it and to see the zoomed-in version. So this is a system of a data center in space. So maybe in the future, we might want to train AI models in the space.
I think we should do that, but the power number looks a little low.
1 gigawatt.
1 gigawatt?
Yeah, okay.
But the general idea, I think.
Rookie numbers in this
Yeah,
business.
rookie numbers.
Okay. Yeah. So we have a sun right here taking in power on this solar panel, and then there's a small data center here.
It's exactly what they look like.
Yeah. Yep. GPU racks. And then nice pump here. And one interesting thing about operation in space is that on Earth, we can do air cooling, water cooling to cool down the GPUs, but in space, there's nothing there, so we have to radiate this heat into the deep space. And that's why we need this giant radiator cooling panel. And this problem is about finding the lower bound estimate of the cooling panel area required to operate this 1 gigawatt data center.
Probably going to be very big.
Yeah. Let's see how big it is.
Let's see.
So that's the problem. I'm going to this prompt, and yeah, this is essentially asking for that. So let me hit go, and the model will think for seconds. Okay, so the model finished thinking, only 10 seconds. It's a simple problem. So let's see if how the model did it. So power input. So first of all, this 1 gigawatt, that was only drawn in the paper. So the model was able to pick that up nicely. And then radiative heat transfer only, that's the thing I mentioned. So in space, nothing else. And then some simplifying choices. And one critical thing is that I intentionally made this problem underspecified, meaning that the critical parameter is a temperature of the cooling panel. I left it out so that we can test out the model's ability to handle ambiguity and so on. So the model was able to recognize that this is actually a unspecified but important parameter, and it actually picked the right range of temperature, which is about the room temperature. And with that, it continues to the analysis and does a whole bunch of things, and then found out the area, which is 2.42 million square meters. Just to get a sense of how big this is about 2% of the land area of San Francisco. This is huge.
Not that bad.
Not that bad, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I guess this is reasonable. I'll skip through the rest of the details, but I think the model did a great job making nice, consistent assumptions that make the required area as little as possible. And so, so this is the demonstration of the multimodal reasoning. And this is a simple problem, but O1 is actually very strong. And on standard benchmarks like MMMU and MathVista, O1 actually has the state-of-the-art performance. Now, Jason will showcase the Pro mode.
Great. So I want to give a short demo of ChatGPT O1 Pro mode. People will find O1 Pro mode the most useful for, say, hard math, science, or programming problems. So here I have a pretty challenging chemistry problem that O1 preview gets usually incorrect. And so I will let the model start thinking. One thing we've learned with these models is that for these very challenging problems, the model can think for up to a few minutes. I think for this problem, the model usually thinks anywhere from 1 minute to up to 3 minutes. And so we have to provide some entertainment for people while the model is thinking. So I'll describe the problem a little bit, and then if the model is still thinking when I'm done, I've prepared a dad joke for us to fill the rest of the time. So
I hope it thinks for a long time.
You can see the problem asks for a protein that fits a very specific set of criteria. So there are 6 criteria, and the challenge is each of them ask for pretty chemistry domain-specific knowledge that the model would have to recall. And the other thing to know about this problem is that none of these criteria actually give away what the correct answer is. So for any given criteria, there could be dozens of proteins that might fit that criteria. And so the model has to think through all the candidates and then check if they fit all the criteria. OK, so you could see the model actually was faster this time. So it finished in 53 seconds. You can click and see some of the thought process that the model went through to get the answer. You could see it's thinking about different candidates like neuroligin initially.
The session ended with a light-hearted dad joke. How did Santa fix his large language model when it couldn't solve a math problem? A, he used reindeer forcement learning. That's it for today's AI Daily News. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for tomorrow's updates on the ever-evolving world of artificial intelligence.